What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. And whatever platforms you're listening to this on, I just want to say I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you are subscribed, thank you. But if you are not, then please go ahead and subscribe. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this podversation/reality chat. This is a little bit of a continuation, but honestly, it's just more thoughts and views on mainly Rocky Bivens and Latocha Scott from the group Xscape from this most recent episode and actually season finale of SWV and Xscape show that was airing on Bravo, and so many things that has just been happening over the past several weeks, and even into the Watch What Happens live that happened after the season finale aired with Tocha Scott being on the show, because Coco from SWV, she was on the show, but to be honest with you, I don't really think most people had questions for her, because there's just been so much that has been swirling online regarding Tamika Scott, Tocha Scott, this alleged $30K or more that was stolen from Tamika by Tocha and her husband, that she has denied and he has denied, that I don't think people really had much for Coco. Not saying that they don't love her. She's amazing, great music, all of that, but people are here for the drama, and SWV didn't have much drama. I have to say they were probably happy to be done with that, because there really was a lot of drama involved, and people would probably be here for a spinoff if they could make it happen, where it's just surrounding Tamika and Latocha and Xing out Candy, because we already see Candy on Real Housewives of Atlanta, on her own YouTube channel, everything that she's got going on. And then Tiny, she played a tiny part of being on the show, even though she's a major part of the group. But honestly, she didn't really have a whole lot to say either. So I think people would really be here for the drama between the sisters and the mom, and seeing if the husbands interact, meaning Tamika's husband and Latocha's husband and all of that good stuff. But listen, the more they talk, the more they reveal in terms of the lies, like Candy has been famously quoted from that reunion episode when she was calling out Phaedra and Portia for alleging things that she was trying to do to Portia. But I digress. If you watch the season finale, you saw when Rocky and Tocha did the confessional, which I have a picture of on the thumbnail. Rocky, like, if you see the picture on the thumbnail, and his eyes, they were so wide. And when you heard him speaking, he just sounded so guilty.
To the point now, anything that he tells her, she believes. She's brainwashed. And that's something that I can't undo.
Hey, Tasha, don't even speak for me.
Okay, go ahead.
Kickbacks are for people who have to hustle. I don't have to hustle. I do the deals.
And then let me chime in and say this. There have been times when a lot of us have brought shows to the table and have gotten a percentage because we feel like you brought it to the table. We've never had any problems with that.
What I'm saying is I don't have to get kickbacks.
I got you.
I don't get kickbacks.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody paying me, they owe me. That means I did the deal. So this ain't stealing.
So you heard that little clip of him speaking about he doesn't have to steal because anything that he gets, it's because it was owed to him. I didn't play the clip of him speaking about the money, the alleged funds that Tamika never received, that she wound up having to pay taxes on, but that she did not get, and how he was just stumbling and fumbling and stuttering and stammering over his words, where he pretty much, my opinion, admitted that he took the money because he was basically breaking down, like, if we were to steal money, we would have to forge checks and we would have to do this. And then he actually caught himself, because I caught it. He was about to say deposit into Bank of America. He said Bank of he caught himself and he was stumbling and fumbling over himself. And you know what? Latocha looked so uncomfortable as she was sitting next to him speaking what he was saying. And then we fast forward to her being on Watch What Happens Live, and how in the very beginning, this is what I believe. In my opinion, I believe that, listen, Tocha, she dropped her quote unquote gospel album on Good Friday. Good Friday is a celebration. It's a spiritual, some people call it religious, celebration of Jesus and the days leading up to, you know, his crucifixion and resurrection, right? So there was supposed to be a lot of symbolic meaning towards her dropping her album on Good Friday. And then, I don't believe it was any coincidence, she's on Watch What Happens Live on Easter Sunday. Okay? Somebody said something to her, because when she did that live video where she said, she admitted, even though I didn't believe her and a lot of people didn't believe her, but she said that she and her husband have an open relationship, open marriage. She said those things. She said a lot of people don't like to share their personal situations in their marriage, but she said we have that. You know, we have that. We have that open relationship. And even though a lot of us didn't believe her, she said it. That's what she admitted to. So even if it was a lie, that's what she said. And this came on the heels of the chick that calls herself Unique doing the interview with Tasha K. The first interview she did, not the second one, because she just recently did a second interview. And so to try to save face, she came out to say that they had an open marriage, right? But does that really look good on the part of someone that's supposed to be coming out, that's releasing a gospel album, to admit that they have an open marriage with their husband? You know, I know we're not supposed to judge, but we do. And I know people say that, but honestly, the Bible doesn't say that we can't judge at all. We are supposed to be able to give a righteous judgment, because that's what helps to protect us in a lot of situations. You know what I mean? Just to this blanketed, oh, I'm not going to judge because the Bible says you judge not lest ye be judged. Okay. You know, a lot of people, they just use that phrase to kind of get people off of their back, because they don't want to hear people's opinions about what's going on in their lives that may be detrimental, that may be harmful, that may not be good, or, you know, whatever. So they use that as a cop-out, okay? But anyway, not to go onto my preaching soapbox, but what I will say is this. I believe that somebody, either from the record label, somebody that might be doing some PR for her or something, may have told her she needed to reel that in, because that doesn't look good on the part of someone that's coming out with a gospel album to say, yeah, me and my husband, we have an open marriage. When you, who are supposed to be a Christian, and you're wanting to sing about the Lord, sing about Jesus, sing about God, sing about the love of God and all of these other things, that's not a Christian narrative, a Christian perspective on marriages. It's supposed to be one husband and one wife. So for her to come out and say, yeah, we have an open marriage, that doesn't look good. So I believe somebody told her that that doesn't look good, and she needed to reel that in. So she got set up to be on Watch What Happens Live, and the very first thing that they get into, I'm not buying it. I believe that that was all planned for Andy to ask her about this open relationship thing that she said, and she immediately shut it down, and she's laughing. She's like, no, that is definitely not what I said, when it is what she said. She said, what I said is that we have open communication. That's a flat out lie. In the video, even if she were to pull her own video down, so many other people downloaded that video where they have it. You can go and Google that right now. Go on YouTube and find it and hear her say it herself, that she and her husband have an open marriage, an open relationship. She did not say in any way, shape, or form, or even insinuate that they have open communication. So it's like the more they speak, the more they incriminate themselves. It's just ridiculous. And I'm just like, oh my God. The moment she said that, I said, wow, Tocha, really? You're going to go there? You're going to do that right now? This just does not look good at all. I don't think it's going to help the album sales, the downloads, the stream numbers. I don't think that that's going to help. I believe because of what they have continuously spoken and all of these different interviews that they've done and the confessionals that they've done on the show, they have continuously dug a deeper hole for themselves. And they just make Tamika and everybody else surrounding them look more and more credible. I just could not believe that she said that on Watch What Happens Live, when she said that she didn't say that. What she said was that they have open communication. I'm sorry. This man, he just makes her look even worse to a lot of people, even though a lot of people already have a negative opinion about her just based on the scene from the beginning of the season when it was just Tamika, Tocha, and the mother, because it was making it look like Tocha and the mom were all against Tamika, and the mom was upholding Tocha in wrongdoing and was going off on Tamika for expressing her hurt and the truth about the situation that she feels that her mom has covered up for her older sister on. And that has got to be extremely painful. And, you know, Tamika said it on the season finale. She said, you know, my sister's brainwashed. And I do believe that there is some truth where that is involved. But after all is said and done, she's an adult and she's making her own decisions. And so we can't blame her husband for the actions that she's taken. Yes, she may be brainwashed, but these are choices and decisions that she's making. As adults, we all have choices to make and decisions. Sometimes the choices and decisions are good ones, and sometimes they're bad ones. She's just making bad decisions and bad choices, but it's not her husband's fault. Is he culpable? Absolutely. But, you know, as an adult, just like we can't give, not to bring the I Believe I Can Fly singer into this conversation, but just like we can't discard all of the horrible decisions that he has made because of the things that he went through in his childhood as a victim, he still chose to make the decisions to do the things that he did when he had all of the money and the access in the world to seek support and help. It was a choice and a decision, and he continued to make bad decisions. So we can't use the cop-out of, oh, well, he was a victim and he was taken advantage of as a child, so he grew up to be an adult that was doing similar things or even worse. Well, those are choices and decisions that he's made, and now he has to pay the consequences for those things. And similarly, Tocha, she's an adult. She's choosing to be in this relationship with this man that, in the viewpoint of most people that are onlookers from the outside looking in, which that is all of us, we get it. We're not in their household and we're not in their marriage, but from what we can see, it looks like he was not someone that was good for her, but she got comfortable and she got used to it and she's stuck in it. But she has had access to seek support, therapy, counseling, whatever it may be, if the choices and the decisions that she was making to be with a man such as this was causing her to make worse decisions where it would cause her to betray her family and steal from her sister and just do a number of the things that she is accused of doing. We cannot say, well, she's without fault because her husband brainwashed her. She's choosing to stay with this person. And as we saw on the season finale last night, she pretty much told Tamika, like, this entourage of people that I'm surrounded by, they treat me better than my family treats me. And that has got to hurt, because that entourage of people would not be surrounding her if she did not have the resources to keep paying them to be there. They don't care about her. They're yes men and yes women. They're doing the job of a stylist or a makeup artist or, a hairstylist or a bodyguard or whatever their different titles are. They're assistants. They're not family, and they're definitely not friends. So I just wanted to talk about that. It was just crazy to see these things all in one night. Yes, we've seen a number of different and listened to audio of a number of different interviews that they have done on different radio stations and platforms. But to just see this all in one night, I was just like, oh man, Tocha, this just doesn't look good. It does not look good at all. You both literally should exercise your rights to remain silent, because you just continue to incriminate yourselves over and over and over again. So you guys, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. Thank you so much for taking a moment to listen to the commentary here on the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. This is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.